Hello Flosstube and welcome to my channel. This is Flosstube number 34 and this one is a year on from when I started my channel. So I've been doing my Flosstube now for a year. How amazing is that I've been sharing my cross stitch journey with you for that time. So if you are a new viewer to my channel, please hit the subscribe button because you will be notified of when I post my videos all about my cross stitch journey. And if you've been with me for a little while or even from the beginning, then welcome back. So last time I saw you 2 weeks ago, I was just about to go away. We actually went to Kent, which is in the south of England, and it did rain for a little bit of our holiday, but then it was glorious sunshine and it was just lovely walking along the beach and just having a nice chilled out time. I asked you guys to decide on what projects I should take with me, so I will be sharing about that in a little bit with what I've worked on. And I've also had more new starts. So I've got those to share with you as well. So I have got lots of notes here. So if I do look down, it's because I just want to make sure I get all my notes right. So let's get started with what I took away with me on my holiday. So I took my Jovi piece. As you know, this has been going on for a few years now, this piece, and it should really be finished. But during my holiday, so in June, it was the first time I'd worked on it this year, and it got me back into it again. So this is what it will look like. And this is where it is up to now. So as you can see, I've done all the bottom right corner, that's my bottom right, and I've filled in more of the face as well, so it's just this top right. So basically I focus on the bottom right, put my Q-snap in there, and now I'm going to go top right and then move along and then down and then kind of meet it back here. But I think most of the stitches, I think there's maybe 1 or 2 stitches now left in the face. But yeah, really, really lovely. So I ended up doing 4 hours of this one while we were away, and this is on 14 count, 2/1. So how amazing does that look? And I will link where you can get this design from. This design, it's from Jan Designs, and she didn't have it on the website for ages. Oh, and then she put it back on when I emailed her and said, look, a lot of my viewers on my YouTube channel would love to have this chart, and she put it back on very kindly. So you can purchase this chart now, or as I'm filming this in July 2021, you can purchase this chart now. So that's my Jovi piece. Not long to go until I finish that one. I then worked on my Ornament Healing Rose by Carol Cavaleris, and this has got lots of like bulk sections of colour, which is why I took it with me. And this is where it is up to now. Make sure I get it up the right way. And here it is. I mainly focused on the top piece. So let me just fold it so I can show you that top bit, and just literally filling it, just picking a colour, filling in gaps. Picking another colour, filling in gaps. So that top piece there. So that's just show you again the whole thing. That's it there. And so this is stitched on 18 count, 2/1. I did 5 hours worth of stitching on it, which is 1,064 stitches, and I'm now at 16.12%. So it's nearly one of my highest percentages, or my second highest now, for completion of my Heaven and Earth design. So when I came back, I still had a little bit time of my holiday, so I got some more stitching out. And I think it was Emma from Emma X Stitching said, why don't you take your sunflower cottages on holiday? And I thought, actually, I didn't take it on holiday, but I can do it now at home. So this is the one Sunflower Cottages by Donna's Gelsinger. And funny enough, there's a sale for this now, Stitch Along, that Emma X Stitching and Darcy, I can't think of what his YouTube channel name is, Darcy, they started the sale. But funny enough, I had this in my wish list on Heaven and Earth Designs already, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to join in. So this is just, isn't it gorgeous? It's so colourful. There's a lot of 995, the DMC colour 995 in this, I will say. But I am stitching this on 20 count. It's white Ada. And this is where I am up to. If I have got any before pictures, I will share those, by the way. That's where I'm up to. I've just done a little bit in the corner there. Now this one has had 4 hours and I've done 971 stitches. I think most of them in the 995. And I'm now at 2.43%. And this, like I say, is stitched on 20 count 2/1. So that's that one. And then I worked on my World Travel Bookshelf by Amy Stewart. This is my largest project. And I was doing it diagonal stitches. So I've started in the top left corner. I was doing diagonal stitching, but then I changed that and went rogue. So this is my big frame that I have it on. And here it is. And I can just sort of see the outline of the lady's face. So I'm going to fill her in a bit more. I think I've gone too far because I actually wanted to get to the shelf here. Which I think it's about here. And then I was going to move this down so I could have this sort of in the middle of my frame, because my frame is, I don't know if you can see, my frame is quite big. So yeah, and I couldn't really work out where the bottom of the shelf was, but I think I've got here now. I think it's about here. So I'm just going to do the lady and work a little bit down. And when I've found the bottom, then I'm just going to kind of work down and then work along. So I think I might have gone a little bit too far here, but that's okay. I think that's into the next shelf down. But like I say, you can just see the outline of the lady's face there. But this is coming on really, really well. I'm still not as far as I want to be in this. So this is what I was using for Full Coverage Fanatics 21,000 in 2021. And I am way, way, way behind. So I really want to catch up with that. But I did do 2 hours in the last 2 weeks, which is 426 stitches. I'm now at 1.57%. And again, that is stitched on 20 count 2/1. For those of you who've been with me for a little while know, actually 20 count is my favourite to stitch on. So something else that I've got really, really, really behind in, and when I share my plans for July, I'll tell you what I'm going to do with this, but it is my temperature tree. This is by Sarah, Stitching Mummy, and yeah, just really behind. That's all I can say with that one, but I've got plans to catch up with that. And this is stitched on Ice Blue Ada. It's 20 count, and this is where I'm up to. So I'm really behind with the leaves. I'm really behind in putting the branches in. So yeah, I really do want to catch up with that one this month, now that we're in July. So that's that one. She has loads of really gorgeous temperature designs. She's currently doing like a typography one, and I think she's bringing out a new one for next year. I've already decided that I would love to do the typography one for next year. So yeah, go check her out. I will link her Etsy shop below so you can go check out her shop and her designs. So then, I spent an hour and a half on that one, by the way. So then I had a new start, and I will blame the Heaven and Earth sale. They had a random sale, and I had been eyeing up a chart for a little while, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to buy it. Yeah, it's always not, well, it's never a good idea, is it, to go and look at the Heaven and Earth website when they're having a sale. But anyway, The one I bought was by Donna Gelsinger. She's fast becoming one of my favourite designers because, as you can see, there's quite a few of her charts that I'm working on. And it's called You Make My Heart Melt. And with this one, I didn't want to do all the background. So what I decided to do was I cropped it literally around the penguins and the heart. I think I'm one box out from the penguin's feet and all the way around. So when I say one box, I mean like one 10 by 10 square around. So I've cropped it. I hope I've done it right because it's the first time I've ever cropped a design. And then I've just started stitching. So I literally just started this a couple of days ago. It's stitched on 20 count cream Aida. I've done 2 hours and 500 stitches, so that's all I've done so far. I couldn't believe it once I'd cropped it and worked out how much material I needed. I looked in my stash and I had a piece. I was like, well, that's just an omen, isn't it, to get it started? So I've only done a little bit of it, but what it has meant is that I'm now doing 64,000 stitches, I believe it is, on this design rather than 160. So I've taken quite a large number of stitches out, which actually was just background. So I'm really pleased about that. And like I say, I hope that I've cropped it right. I think I have, because it is my first time of cropping. So that was that one. And with that, like I said, I did 2 hours, 500 stitches. I'm now at 0.32%. And again, like I say, 20 count 2 over 1. So that was all of my stitching for the last 2 weeks. But in total in June, I've done 34.5 hours of stitching. And of all my Heaven and Earth pieces, or any charts that I can count my stitches, which I think are all my Heaven and Earth ones, I've done 5,902 stitches. So moving on to my plans for July. I don't know if there is a hashtag for it. If there is, put it in the comments below and let me know. But basically I'm going to be doing Christmas in July. And I'll come on to the projects there that I'm going to be doing. I really would love to catch up some more on my 21,000 stitches in 2021 on my Amy Stewart World Travel bookshelf. So that's going to be a focus. I'm actually going to try and do that at weekends. So on a Monday, I am going to do my temperature tree. Mondays will be my temperature tree piece. Wednesdays, I'm going to do my dimensions piece. I have got a Christmassy piece, which is Santa's Secret. It's the Gold Collection Petites by Dimensions. That's that one. And that is where I'm up to so far with that one. So every Wednesday in July, I'm going to do that piece. I'm going to do my temperature tree every Monday. And then every Friday, I am either going to do my Bon Jovi piece or my Winnie the Pooh year-round, what's it called? Around the Year with Pooh. Hopefully you can see that. It's that piece, which is, this is where I'm at, because I didn't get to do any last week when I was off, but that's where it's at. Now, you might be thinking, well, they're not Christmas pieces. No, you're right, they're not Christmas pieces at all. But I just want to get those ones finished so I can move on to finishing some other projects. And I thought if I put some focus on them in July, that they would be getting closer to being finished. So that's the days that I'm going to be doing those things. And then on other days, so like I say, weekends I'm going to be focusing on my World Travel bookshelf, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then if I feel like I want to work on other things on Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, after working on those things, then I'll work on my Heaven and Earth designs. So I do have some Christmassy pieces of my Heaven and Earth designs that I will be working on. And the first one is my Quick Stitch Spirit of Winter Robin, which is this one. There's actually quite a few people now I've seen doing that chart. And this is where it is at. Just started the robin here. So I was doing this diagonal stitching, but I went rogue like I've done with the others, and I'm just sewing in now the loose thread. So I hope to get all of those sewed in and a bit more really. So let me just see if I can fold that back here. There we go. That's it. Yeah, but really gorgeous piece. So that's one of the first pieces that I'm going to be working on. Then I will be working on my mini Checking It Twice, again by Donna Gelsinger. That's that piece. And this is stitched on Pearl 20 count Ada, and I'm doing this 2/1. And here it is. Hold it that way and that way. That's my start so far. Now this one, I've just literally been picking a symbol, some sort of from left to right, and working that symbol in, however, wherever it goes, or working that one length of thread in, wherever it goes. I don't know where I picked up that method from. I'm sure I've seen it on Sarah Stitching Mummy's Flosstube, but I quite like that new method of stitching actually. So I'm kind of working across. But the idea is I work across, get to the end, and then work down, doing that sort of method really. But it's quite nice to work in different colours each time. So that's it up close. But how gorgeous is this material? This sort of pearl or snow, I think it might be called, material. I thought it was very Christmassy. So that's this piece. So that's Checking It Twice. I'm also going to carry on working on, because I think this is a bit of a Christmassy piece. Well, I've put it in the Christmas list anyway because it's a bit snowy. Is my You Make My Heart Melt piece. So I can get some more work done on that. And then I'm going to have a new start, and it's my final Christmas new start. And this was a free chart given out by Michelle, who runs the Heaven and Earth website and does the charts. This was given to us at Christmas on the Facebook page. I think it was last year. It must have been last year because I only started stitching on Heaven and Earth designs a year ago. Yeah, just over a year ago I've started my very first Heaven and Earth design. I can't believe it. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, this was given to us as a free chart. It's called A Christmas Night. And as soon as I saw it, I have wanted to start this piece. This is the problem at the moment. I've sort of gone a bit wild with starting loads of new Heaven and Earth designs. I actually don't know what's wrong with me, but never mind. I might never ever finish them, but it's all about stitching, isn't it? It's all about enjoying what you're stitching, and I love having different projects. So this is on the same sort of pearl snow material as my Checking It Twice piece, that sort of glittery piece there. And it's 20 count, and it will be stitched 2/1. So I look forward to getting that started. I just need to get my floss cards ready because, as you know, I changed my floss system. So I've got all of my floss in a double floss box. And for anybody asking, I know a lot of you asked in my last video where I got my box from. It is from Amazon. I don't know if I'd recommend it because it took a long time to arrive and was cracked. It is usable, and I have been able to just sort of tape up the cracks and glue some of the things back together, but it didn't arrive in the best condition, so I'm not sure I would recommend it. But if you can find somewhere else to get the double box, honestly, it's a game changer having a double floss box. So all of my whole collection of my DMC is in that box, and then what I'm doing is just taking one length of floss. When I say one length, you know, the 6 strands, and then putting it on floss cards, and then every time I run out, just going back for another length. but there are some colours I don't have, so I do need to do a little order and order some colours for a few of these projects that I've started recently. So that is going to be all of my plans for July. I will be back in 2 weeks' time to let you know what I have been working on. And I have to say it's lovely doing a video for every fortnight now, because it means I can get some stitching in. So where I'm still really busy with work, I can still get some stitching in and to be able to show you a few projects rather than just one or two. So hope you are all keeping safe and well, and hope you have a lovely week stitching yourself, or a lovely fortnight stitching I should say. And until next time guys, bye for now.